Hi, welcome to LMC TV. I'm Eddie Cam.
I'm Cameron Gasmer.
And we're here live at Mamaroneck for what seems to be a great baseball game. It's a Friday afternoon. It's going to be Mamaroneck versus New Rochelle. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Cam?
Yes, Mamaroneck is 9-9 on the season and New Rochelle is 7-9. Currently, White Plains is the #1 seed in the league. And this is the last game of the regular season for actually both teams. And if Mamaroneck wins the game, they will be locked in the 7th seed for a home game in the playoffs. If they lose, then they are not guaranteed a home spot and they'll be locked in the 8th and or 9th seed.
Thank you, Cameron. It's senior day and it should be an interesting matchup, so we'll be right back with the game. We're back. Alongside Cameron, I'm Eddie.
Mamaroneck Tigers are just getting ready to start the game as we have Sachin Nambiar pitching, Max McLaughlin at third, Chris Watrova at first, Max Bone catching. Matt Marcus DHing, Ethan Renner center field. Ryan McIntyre, call up from JV, who's a sophomore, playing short. Bobby Cox on the left, and we have Michael Campbell second base.
And leading off for New Rochelle is Ricky Ryman. He's the left fielder.
Let's go, Sach!
Sachin is their ace. Bats right-handed is Ricky. Here's the pitch. Strike one.
Oh yeah, Sue!
He just pitched the best pitch in the game of baseball. First pitch, fastball, strike. Little fun fact for you there.
Second pitch is a strike, 0-2. So right away, we got a quick 0-2 count on Ricky. Outside 1-2. It was an off-speed pitch.
A 1-2 count and a pitch. It's ball
Low
down the dirt.
And down, 2-2.
Oh wait, he's doing it on his finger, maybe.
The 2-2. Ground ball over to the second baseman, Michael Campbell. Over to Chris Watrova for the first out, one away.
It's a nice easy ground ball, start the game off. Michael Campbell handling it very cleanly and just underhand tossing it over to Watrova for the first out.
So one away is Steven Santarpia. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike, 0-1.
It's only the first inning, but Sachin is looking pretty well right now. He's pitched 3 pitches right down the pipe.
0-1, fouled. 0-2. So right away, 2 batters. You got ahead of both of them. They both got into 0-2 counts. Let's see what happens now. Pitch. Upstairs. 1-2. There's strike 3. So, 2 away.
Another quick out for Nambiar there as he's pitching very well so far. He's bringing up right to them.
Up now is the third hitter for New Rochelle, Dante Palucci. Upstairs, 1-0. There's a strike.
It's a nice changeup right down the plate.
Right away, you see his fastballs are working, and hopefully, if he can get his off-speed pitches, he'll be rolling through this lineup. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 2 balls. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Left field, deep. And it's going to get over his head and bounce near the wall. It's a double. Well, we'll see how they'll score it. Kind of lost it in the sun, but it was deep. That went past Bobby Cox's head and landed towards the warning track. Nevertheless, there's a runner on second for Peter Gregory, a right-handed batter for New Rochelle.
As you said, Eddie, that ball was pretty hard to judge. It was kind of right in the sun, and Cox tried everything he could to get under it, but he just lost it and went behind him, and it cost him.
You're right, 2 outs now. Oh, good off-speed pitch by Sachin. Breaking ball fooled him.
This guy.
0-1. 1-1.
It's a really nice block by Max Bowen there behind the plate, as he just stopped the runner from moving over to third, even to stop New Rochelle from getting a better chance of scoring a run.
One, 2 outs. The pitch from Sachin. Another off-speed pitch, so he's found the off-speed pitch. Maybe a curveball? Definitely not a changeup. It's more of a breaking ball.
Yeah, a breaking ball.
But it's working, and it's fooling this hitter, Peter Gregory, right now. Will he go back to it? Let's see. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. I believe that's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Sachin. No, step off. Now here's the pitch. Low, full count. The call in time.
Is there a ball on the field?
Yeah, ball.
Yeah, the ball on the field.
Here's the 2-2, 3-2, and now strike 3. So, 1 left on the bases, but a clean inning in the run column. We'll be right back after this on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV. We're in the bottom of the first inning, and now it's going to be a It's going to be the New Rochelle will take the field, and Mamaroneck will take the bats. First up, Ryan McIntyre, shortstop. There's strike 1. Excuse me.
Got Jason Rodopoulos on the mound for New Rochelle. He pitched him a first pitch fastball.
He's fouled back. 0-2.
McIntyre's being very aggressive very early on, swinging at the first 2 pitches.
They want to try to get a lead early to help support Sachin, their ace. Here's the pitch. Oh, nope. First step off. Jason Rodopoulos. He's the pitcher for New Rochelle. I'm assuming his brother is playing center field. There's ball 1, 1 and 2. His brother's name is John. John Rodopoulos out in center field. Cousin, I'm sure. Ryan McIntyre with the 1-2. Struck him out. One away. Chris Witrilba, first baseman.
They're checking something right now. They're checking if he swung?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was. But
I don't know what that was either.
you got the first out. Strikeout.
Here's the senior Chris Witrilba. He bats left-handed.
Gotta watch our heads.
The pitch from the righty, Jason Rodopoulos, is strike 1, off speed, and it went down.
Both hitters so far are being very aggressive, as I'm sure probably Coach Mike Saparelli has told them just to swing right at the first pitch you see, if it's good.
Here's the pitch. 2-0.
What? No, there's people in there.
Should. I didn't mean that.
2-1.
Well,
The 2-1 to Witrilba. Check that. That was strike 3.
I think we're being a little too aggressive too early.
So 2 outs, both on strikeouts. Now we'll bring up the center fielder, Ethan Renner. Bats right-handed. Here's the pitch. Strike 1.
It's a fastball right down the pipe.
The 0-1.
Ball. It's got a 1-on-1 count.
The pitch. Line drive, base hit to left field for Ethan Renner. So Mamaroneck, their aggressive approach pays off in the third hole for Ethan Renner. The center fielder gets on with a base hit.
Did a great job just being patient, waiting for the right pitch, and he saw that breaking ball sink right in, and he just gave it a whack and went right past third baseman.
Nice piece of hitting. Up now is the DH, Matthew Marcus. That's right-handed. Renner off the first time. Pitch. It's off the glove. Ball. 1-0. Oh, 1.
2-0 count on Marcus.
2-0.
Wouldn't be a bad idea for Ethan Renner to steal a base right here to move a runner over, and Marcus probably could just dump it in the right field and probably even get the run home.
That was an interesting pitch if he wanted to run on that one. It was a breaking ball and it was low, and it was definitely slower than most of the pitches that Rodopoulos has been throwing so far in the game. Throw over to first. Safe is the runner.
Mamaroneck bench is loud as always.
Get the Y ball. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Ooh, ground ball. Straight into New Rochelle's dugout.
Showed him they mean business.
Yeah. Today was senior day, so there were some pre-game events that happened.
Parents got a flower and players got a plaque, just for commemoration of their.
Seniors have some jerseys hanging up behind the dugout wall. Here's the pitch from Rodopoulos. An off-speed pitch, and he took it. Wow. That one
Great at bat for Marcus.
floated in there, and he just looked at it. That's ball 4. First and second. 2 outs for the catcher, Max Bone. Max Bone. Sorry. First pitcher's mound meeting from the catcher.
Both runners have a decent lead, first and second base.
Ground ball to the shortstop, Santarpia, and it's a high throw, but he's out. He jumped and landed on first base. So, we're still tied here at 0 after 1 inning. We'll be right back here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV. The center fielder. There's ball 1. John Rodopoulos takes high, 1-0. Pitch, fouled back, 1-1.
Let's sit over here so we can actually see the entire field. Yeah. Except for the space in between home and. Oh, look. Hey, Eddie.
Hey.
Are you announcing? You could say stuff to them? Yo,
Hello.
Everyone knows Eddie does.
Eddie Camp?
Eddie is famous.
Eddie over here is getting a lot of attention.
I don't hear your phone. Where is it broadcast? Eddie, who's this girl here talking like climb up on it?
There's a fly ball to left field. Bobby Cox catches it for the first out. Up now's the pitcher for the opposing team, Jason Rodopoulos.
Eddie, that was unprofessional, but I'll let it slide.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman, who will throw it onto first. Nice play by Michael Campbell over to Chris Wittroba for the second out. So, in this inning, Not the amount of strikeouts we saw in the first, but easy, pitch count friendly at-bats so far.
Yeah, Sasha Nambiar is pushing it right to him there and allowing him to hit it, and the defense, Mamaroneck, is making plays. So
here's the pitch from Sasha. There's strike one. The hitter now is Mason Rosenberg, the third baseman for Rochelle. One and one.
It's a nice play before by Mike Campbell, kind of doing a little bit of a Derek Jeter type play, kind of half. A little jump throw.
2 and 1. A Mamaroneck dugout can get loud. And it's only the second inning. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive to center field, but right there's the center fielder, Ethan Renner. So nice, solid hit, but right into the center fielder's glove. Just bad luck right there. We'll go to the next. Bottom of the second coming up here on LMC TV Varsity Sports.
Back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports, I'm Cameron Gasmer, along here with Eddie Kahn.
There's a strike.
We got third baseman Max McLaughlin up for his first at bat of the game. It's a 2-0 count. Ball down in the dirt.
It's off his foot.
Two 2-1 count. Another foul ball, being aggressive as he kind of was way out in front of that one. That's just tailed off on him. Blew a fastball right by him for a strikeout and out number one for the Huguenots.
So far, both pitchers working efficiently, getting the strikeouts they need, getting the low pitch at-bats as well to keep that pitch count going.
Next up is number 10, left field, Bobby Cox.
Great breaking ball. Fooled him there.
Just because you're wearing like dark sunglasses in the shade.
Well, no, if it's on the field.
I know we're on the sun.
0 and 2 to Bobby Cox.
No,
I'm just talking like, oh my god. Fucking skill.
I got an 0-2 count.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle.
Ground ball right up the middle and past the shortstop into center field for a base hit. And Cox gets himself a hit and 1 for 1 today so far. Surprisingly, Sachin Nambiar is batting. He's pitching too. Let's see what he can do. Just throw it at first, and Cox was safe. Probably during the offseason, he was working on his swing and hitting, as Shaq has enough trust in him to put him at bat.
It's also senior day, so maybe
That's true as well.
At bat.
High fastball, Cox steals, and he is safe in the Yeah, it was nice backup by second baseman.
He should have just held on to that ball. That ball was way up high, and he risked throwing it into the outfield. Now, throw was way off upstairs.
Cox also got a very nice jump too, and the catcher kind of didn't have a shot at him. He threw it high.
You need to get a perfect throw to get him out. You're right.
Another high fastball for 2-1 count.
Jason Rodopoulos looks like he gave up that base hit just there to Bobby Cox, and ever since he's looked a little wild right now to the hitter Sachin Nambiar.
Try to pick him off at second, and Cox makes it back safely. And ball 4. As
Good at bat. That was a real good at bat.
That was really good at bat. It was very patient, not swinging at bad pitches, and gets another base runner on base. So now it's set up for Mike Campbell to get a base hit and score Cox from second. So number 9 hitter is McIntyre's on deck, and it's a first pitch fastball right down the pipe and for strike 1.
Keeping that fastball down is a key for Jason Rodopoulos, as when he tries to throw it up in the zone, it just keeps on rising, and for endless amount of trouble for him.
And there's a base hit from Mike Campbell to center field. Shap holds Cox at third, as it was a good throw by center fielder.
Wow, John Rodopoulos, the brother of Jason. What a great throw, and he prevented Coach Schiaparelli from sending the runner Bobby Cox.
And it is now set up for freshman Ryan McIntyre, as bases are now loaded. And there's a timeout, as Shap wants to talk to the leadoff hitter.
You know, Coach Schiaparelli had to, he's scouting this team, or seen them for a long time now, to know that don't run on John Rodopoulos, because he threw a perfect throw to the catcher, and if Bobby would have went, he would have been out.
That's a good point also, and I think Shap just saw how shallow that hit was, and knew that Bobby Cox was not the fastest runner out there and had no shot at making it.
Bases is jammed now for Ryan McIntyre. Ooh, hard cut.
McIntyre still being aggressive as he was in his first at bat. Shap's telling him just to keep his weight back and get a nice piece of drive. On 1 count. 1-1, the ball down in the dirt. And he's going to bunt home, and there's a wild pitch. And Bobby Cox scores from third. Great play set up by Coach Schiaparelli and Ryan McIntyre, as he kind of faked the bunt, so it was a wild pitch, and which fooled the catcher as well. It got right by him, and if Cox score.
If you're a pitcher out there and you're trying to throw and you know you have the bases jammed, you know every pitch is so crucial, and you try to make the best pitch, throw one in the dirt. You never know when somebody like Coach Schiaparelli can take advantage of that, and Bobby Cox basically walked home as soon as that ball went past the catcher. Fouled back. Up on top of the school.
Also on that play, when Bobby Cox scored, both base runners, Mike Campbell and Sachin, moved up a base. So not only taking advantage of the pass ball, but of the open base. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. And the runners are hung up now, as Sachin never went. But Mike Campbell did. As Mike Campbell's in a rundown, as Mike Campbell's out.
Good for Mamo. Well, what just happened is the umpire is right now signaling he is safe. That means it's going to be 2-0. What happened was Coach Schiaparelli was trying to get them in a rundown and tried them to focus on the runner at second, so that way I believe Sachin Nambiar could score easily, and he did. So we'll be right back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. Welcome back to LMC TV Varsity Sports. Alongside Cameron, I'm Eddie. Up now is the catcher for Neuro as he swings and hits one over here.
Souvenir.
So that's 0-1. Charlie Glennon is the catcher for New Rochelle. As Sachin Nambiar will go back out and take the mound again. Oh and 2.
He's throwing that fastball. It's really working. It was right down the middle, and catcher had nothing to do but just look at it.
Here's the pitch. Strike 3, a great off-speed pitch. I think that was a changeup, Cameron.
Yeah, that caught him way off guard. He was expecting a fastball and was way out in front on it, and it just tailed right into the mitt of Max Bone to get the strikeout.
Well, here's the first baseman now for the New Rochelle Huguenots. It's going to be Jake Tito. He's the first baseman.
Give him the kitchen sink. Give him the cheddar.
Oh, 1. Sachin is feeling confident in his off-speed pitches. He's been using them to get out of, the little jams he's gotten into so far, which is a good sign from your ace pitcher. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to Sachin. Over to the first baseman, Chris Wittroba, for the second out. 1 away, 2 away.
Also, just to mention that his offense picked him up as well in the last inning, scoring 2 runs. So I think that's helping him boost his confidence a little bit more.
And he was part of that. Don't forget that crucial walk that he had. Very patient at bat and worked his way on the bases, and he scored. It's 2-0 Mamaroneck here, and here is the pitch. Low. The batter is Ricky Ryman in his second at bat. He's the left fielder for New Rochelle. If you were here right now in Mamaroneck, you would think it would be perfect if you were part of the crowd, because there's a lot of shade for the crowd as that one's fouled back. But the sun is shining right on to the field, so they could all see on the field, but we are not all sweating here in the crowd. Thank you. Well, I try.
Good way to cover the air.
Yeah. The pitch is a strike.
It's 0-2 count.
Ground ball, foul.
First base coach caught that barehanded. It was pretty impressive.
The pitch to Ricky Ryman, the left fielder from Sachin, is going to be a foul ball. The right field side. A lot of souvenirs today.
Staying alive at 0-2.
Fouled back.
The beautiful pitch. It caught him off guard again.
Yeah.
Same pitch.
Really
as before.
fooling these hitters.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. When you have good stuff and you can fool hitters with it, I mean, you can get through a game pretty easily. And he's showing that right now.
I think he's also doing it mentally as he's throwing fastballs first and second pitch and then just completely fooling him with a nice breaking ball at the end.
The pitch upstairs. Well, I think you're right. And also, if you have good stuff as a pitcher, but you don't know where to put it, you're still going to give up the hits.
Absolutely
but that's
right.
not what Sachin is. Sachin Nambiar has good stuff, and he knows what to do with it. There's a fly ball out, short left field. Right there's the shortstop, Ryan McIntyre. And we're going to go to the next 1-2-3 inning for Sachin. We'll be right back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. Welcome back to LMC TV Varsity Sports. Up now is Mamaroneck's first baseman, Chris Wittroba, a lefty, bats lefty, and Fields lefty.
Chris is 0-1 on the day as he struck out in the first inning.
Jason Radavola is still out there. Gave up 2 runs last inning. It's 2-0 Mamaroneck. Here's the pitch to Chris. And that one's popped up to left field. Popped up. That was hit deep in the foul territory, and he makes the play. Nice piece of hitting by Chris, but it's out number 1.
And he knows he kind of just got right under it, and
yeah,
he just missed it.
Nice approach to left field, though. Well, up now is Ethan Renner, the center fielder from Mamaroneck. One out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch from Rodopoulos. Fouled back. Gonna hit a window.
That actually has happened before. They hit a window and it kind of cracked. I think that was over there too.
It's cool. The pitch. 1-1. I wonder, has anyone ever hit it over the buildings in left center, left?
Actually, yes, someone has. In 2015, my freshman year, Andy Carlin, the catcher, we were state champions that year, I have to mention.
Oh. Here's the pitch first. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. It goes under his glove into left field. His second hit of the day for Ethan Renner. And just a good at-bat right there.
Yeah, you got a nice piece to hit. Nice ground ball right in the hole.
So you were saying about Andy Carlin?
Yes, Andy Carlin, he was the catcher. And he was either in practice, we were just playing around, and he threw the ball up to himself and smacked it right over the school.
This was not during game, right? This was just in practice?
Yeah, this was during practice, and
hit over the school, wow.
He just whacked it.
Swing and a miss by Matthew Marcus, the DH.
Oh, 1 count to Marcus as Ethan Renner takes a nice lead off first.
Pick off. Nothing. One out here in the bottom of the third. Mamaroneck has a 2-0 lead. Fouled back.
He just got a piece of that one. That was a high fastball. I kind of went up to swing at it.
Here's the pitch coming from Rodopoulos. Renner leads off first. There's one hit out to right, way foul though. Renner has a, check that. Matt Marcus has a very short, compact swing. When you have these pitchers who are throwing with high velocity, it can go deep into the outfield. He's safe. As Renner is scurrying back to first.
He just got back in time. He almost picked him off.
Here's the pitch. Nice pitch by Rodopoulos. As that seemed to have some break to it for the second out. All Marcus could do was look. That was on the outside corner. I mean, if you were going to swing at that, it's going to be 2.
I think, again, he was expecting a fastball and got a nice, I think that was a slider around the outside corner, down and out, and just couldn't pull the trigger.
Now the catcher, Max Bone, up to the plate. Renner still off first. The pitch. Upstairs. High fastballs are one of the hardest pitches to lay off of, especially when you get in the box now. If you're looking at home, it looks really easy, but when you're in the box, if you see a high fastball, it looks so tempting to a hitter, and it could fool a lot of people. 1-0 to Bone in the dirt. 2-0.
As you were talking about before, those breaking balls and sliders, with us coming in as a fastball and then just breaks down and he just can't catch up to it.
The pitch. And there's a base hit to right field, and that one's going to get down. The runner is going to third. Bone stays at first. It's first and third for Mamaroneck with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Nice piece of hitting by Max Bone there, driving it to right field and moving runner over to scoring position. As Tigers now have another chance with number 7, Max McLaughlin, batting in. He could potentially drive a runner in.
You know, it's funny because we saw they were being very aggressive. Both teams were being very aggressive early on in this game. But Max Bone just there. He waited. He got a 2-0 count. And when you get into those 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 2-1 counts, you know, you have a better chance of getting a better pitch to drive. And he did. And he drove it to right field just there. It's first and third. Here's the pitch. High upstairs. So when you do that, when you attack, when you have... Right now, so far, all we could see is back in the, I believe it's the second inning, when Jason Rudopoulos got into a bit of trouble. He got some runners on. It seemed that his stuff, you know, lost its effectivency when he might have been in the stretch a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely right. And I think because they have runners on third, and he knows that once after that the second inning, Mamaroneck had a big inning. Excuse me, that inning. And I think Mamaroneck has now a little bit of confidence as they know they can hit him.
Here's the pitch to Max McLaughlin. Bone is going, and now it's a base hit to left field. Bone's going to third, and McLaughlin's going to second. It's a ribby double for Max McLaughlin, and it's 3-0 Mamaroneck. What a great piece of hitting right there.
Yeah, as you just said, a beautiful piece of hitting by Max McLaughlin. Found a nice pitch to hit right down the middle, and pretty much pulled it right down the line. It just stayed fair.
It looked like a hit and run because he was running and he was hitting.
Yeah, I think Coach Shapp gave him the sign. That's a hit and run, and he did his job.
Here's Bobby Cox now with the second and third. 2 outs.
Bobby Cox just there looked like he was just swinging for the fences, trying to drive both runners in, but you can't do that in this situation. Just got to get a nice piece to hit, nice single in the right field and score both runs, actually.
You got a chance to really jump out to a big lead here. And that one's in, and a throw to third. He's out. So the runner was a little bit off. I believe that was Max Bone, who was caught right there by the catcher, Charlie Glennon. So we'll go to the next. It's 3-0 Mamaroneck as they add a run on the McLaughlin double. And we'll go to the next here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. The pitch, high, 1-0. That was to Steven Santarpia. And that one's fouled back. Towards us. Ball's right there. The kids are going after it.
What does this mean? Oh yeah, over there.
Up high.
It's a 2-1 count.
Steven Santarpia is the shortstop.
The kids got it already. The kids got it.
That one's fouled.
Gotta do my job, ladies. Thank you.
Big crowd here today in Mamaroneck.
At 2-2 count.
Ooh, good pitch by Sachin. That froze him. If that was a call to strike, he would have been down. But that noise that you're hearing is actually the Mamaroneck's dugout. That one's fouled back again. A lot of foul balls today against Sachin.
Still a 2-2 count on Centarpia.
Struck him out.
Strike 3, beautiful pitch by Nambiar as it blew a fastball right by him.
1 away. Here is Dante Paolucci. Paolucci. Left-handed batter. He's playing second base for New Rochelle. The pitch is a strike. Great breaking ball. I mean, Sachin Nambiar has some great breaking stuff. It looks like two different pitches, a curveball and perhaps a changeup. Pitch is a ground ball, but it's under the glove of Michael Campbell and into center field. It looked like it could be playable, but it went right under his glove.
And I think that was playable. I think Mike Campbell was right there, but just didn't get his glove down in time.
We don't have the official scores here, so all we can say is there's a runner on first now for New Rochelle. Up now is Peter Gregory, the right fielder. Big swing and a miss. He's just really, even when he gives up the hits, they're little choppers that just miss getting caught. I mean, he's really mowing down this lineup right now.
That was a nice breaking ball right there. It kind of just went up and just plopped it right down.
It's 3-0 Mamaroneck, and I think you could be a little bit more aggressive when your team gives you a lead like 3-0 here in the fourth inning. And there's another great breaking ball. I mean, he's going with the breaking stuff really early on. I think we were seeing more fastballs, but now I think he realizes that if they can't hit it, then why not just keep throwing it?
Yeah, you're right. And he's locating them really well, as Shap's telling him from the dugout where to locate them. And as we know, Shap does a lot of scouting before his games, and he notices where hitters like to hit, and so he tells the catcher where to place the ball.
Right.
It works.
When Dante Paolucci hit that base hit up the middle, or maybe an error, it was not a off-speed pitch. That was a fastball. So listen, if they can hit the fastball, don't throw fastball. Keep on throwing those breaking balls. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball hit to right field and deep, but right there's the right fielder, Emmett Novick, for the second out of the inning. So there was another fastball that was hit hard.
I think also Nambiar starting to notice that as they're hitting his fastball, and when he throws his breaking ball, they just can't touch it.
Look at it. Yeah.
That's lucky right there. As it.
That was really hit it hard. Or right at somebody,
Yep.
So up now is John Rhodopoulos, the center fielder, and he'll take a strike. 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. The New Rochelle Huguenots are trailing 3-0 to the Mamaroneck Tigers.
I think Max Bone saw that runner way too early. He tried to pop right up and throw the ball immediately, but he has to catch it first.
So a stolen base right there for Dante Paolucci. And John Rhodopoulos. Here's the pitch. In the dirt.
Bone going out for a mound visit. That's a 3-2 count. The runner at second. You're deciding what pitch to throw, as they want to try and minimize the base runner as possible.
Got a curveball in there. I haven't seen a curveball.
Got a 3-2 count now. As Nambiar looks in. Bone gives a sign. And the pitch.
Ooh. It's a breaking ball right there. He looked at it.
My mistake. Now I believe it's a 3-2 count.
Foul ball.
There's a rocket foul ball right on the third base line. A 3-2 count.
Ooh, nice pickoff move. Didn't throw it, but he fooled the runner at second.
He was lucky that was on a block because he kind of started his motion and then stepped off and went back.
The pitch from Nambiar. Strike 3, struck him out. It was a fastball he struck him out on. And John Rodopoulos is down. We'll go to the next. It's 2-0 Mamaroneck here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll be right back on LMC TV Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. There is a base hit right there for Sachin Nambiar.
That was a bunt. Jack gave him the bunt sign, and they were not expecting it, as Cox is a pretty powerful hitter.
So right there was a base hit for Sachin Nambiar. And there's time is called, as we're going to see pitch runner for Sachin Nambiar. What number is that?
It's number 20, Asher Tannenbaum, Jr. Coming in a pinch run for Bobby Cox.
Asher Tannenbaum. So Tannenbaum leads off first. Here's Michael Campbell as he takes a strike. There's another strike, 0-2. That probably means that Sachin Nambiar's day is done, as we see there's somebody warming up in the bullpen right now. Probably trying to save him for some playoff baseball, right?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty smart move.
So if that's the case, 4 terrific innings for Sachin Nambiar, as there's another strike to Michael Campbell, the second baseman. We'll see. And there's one that gets by the catcher and throws to second. Right there is Asher Tannenbaum, and he will go to second. As there's a runner in second now for Mamaroneck, it's 3-0. Sachin might still come back in. We'll see. There is somebody warming up. I don't know what number that is.
It's warming up is number 24. I believe it's Drew Antonelli, another junior. As he also has pretty good stuff. But we got a 1-2 count on Sachin, and they just try to pick Tannenbaum off, but he made it back safely.
There's a ground ball right to the pitcher. He'll throw it on to first. So the pitch runner was for Bobby Cox, and the pitcher Sachin Nambiar just grounded out. So Nambiar will probably come back into the game. Now here is Michael Campbell.
Just to add, Sachin was not too happy about that lazy ground ball right back to the pitcher, but it was a good piece of hitting because it moved the runner over to third base, even better scoring position for Campbell, who got a single last inning, I believe. So, see if he can do it again and drive Tannenbaum home to make it 4-0.
Here's Michael Campbell. That'll be a great insurance run. There's a pitch upstairs. Nobody's warming up for New Rochelle. As Cameron mentioned before, Drew Antonelli is getting stretched out there. That was a quick pitch from Jason Rodopoulos.
Change up that kind of fooled him.
Here's the pitch.
2-1 count.
Off of third is Asher Tannenbaum. This is a big, important run because if you can get 4 on the board, it feels like it changes the atmosphere of the game. from it being close. The pitch is a drive to center field and deep, and the center fielder won't be able to catch up to that one, as on his way to second is Michael Campbell with a big ribby double from Mamaroneck. Wow, what a shot by Mike Campbell. You didn't expect that from the ninth hitter, but listen, he got a pitch right there and he drove it to the deepest part of the ballpark, Crammon.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice piece of hitting. That was like smacked right over the center fielder's head. And it kind of stayed up for a little while, and it looked like center fielder kind of might catch it, but went right over his head.
No, went over his head. Up now is Ryan McIntyre. I mean, there's a big swing and a miss. It's now 4-0. When you talk to batting coaches, they always say hit up the middle. Well, hit it hard up the middle like that. That's the perfect thing. That's your dream right there. There's one in the dirt.
McIntyre has a very aggressive approach to the plate, which is actually a really good approach. Coach Schaap really looks for that in a player.
And Campbell, I think his approach was more patient, and I think that worked out for him. But McIntyre, as you said, is more aggressive at the plate. He's their leadoff hitter. Sometimes you want that in a leadoff hitter. He's also their shortstop.
I think also Campbell found a really nice, good pitch to hit. That was a big mistake by Rodopoulos, just pitching it right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, that was right down the middle, and it went right back up the middle.
But Campbell made him pay for it.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball, and it's a base hit to center field for McIntyre. Coming home is Michael Campbell, as it is 5-0 Mamaroneck. And this game has a different field, and Mamaroneck's dugout is very loud right now. Much louder than their usual volume of just being very high. Now it's very, very high.
I think they also kind of realize the importance of this game is they can lock down the seventh seed in the league and get a home game for a playoff game next week.
Also, if you're Coach Chaparelli, if it's a closer game, maybe you push Sashin to go, deep into this ball game. Now, if you have a 5-0 lead, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll extend it further, you could kind of relieve some stress off of Sashin and maybe go to a different pitcher.
You're absolutely right, and I think they're going to need him
for the playoffs.
For the playoffs, yeah.
The pitch. Fouled back. It's Chris Wetruba right now at the plate. And as you were saying before, the 7th seed, if they lock this game down today, they will have at least one playoff game at home here in Mamaroneck. Last year, they did not have that, so they're hoping to lock this game down today. Here's the pitch to Wetruba. It's a strike. Very dramatic strike call by the umpire today.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but I think he's trying to make a strike zone clear.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the players are liking his calls, but from up here, they're definitely looking like strikes.
It's a ball.
He's also not calling high strikes. I think that pitch was kind of like little just over belt high. Especially for Chris Wetruba of his height, he can do some damage to a pitch like that.
As you remember last time, Chris Wetruba hit one to left field, and it was deep, but it was foul, but it was pretty deep, and I didn't even think he got a lot of that ball, and he really did hit it really far. So a lot of power from Chris Wetruba. I didn't think he got the barrel of the bat on it. Here's the pitch, and that one's high. The catcher throws down. He is safe as the runner. The runner was Michael, check that, it was Ryan McIntyre. And he just got a great lead, a great jump, and he stole second right there.
Yeah, he slid right under the tag. But also, good job of Chris Wetruba getting in the way of the catcher, slowing his throwing motion down.
Yeah, as you could attest to, Cameron, the catcher had to double clutch right there. He kind of caught it. It looked like he was going to throw, and then Chris Wetruba was there, so he double clutched. And then by that time, Ryan McIntyre was going to be safe.
You're absolutely right.
Pitch is strike 3. So Chris Wetruba is down on strikes. Ryan McIntyre is still at second. And here's the batter, Ethan Renner, the center fielder for Mamaroneck. It's fouled back.
Another aggressive approach so we can get a first pitch fastball.
So 2 outs here. Ethan Renner, the third hitter from Mamaroneck. 5-0. And listen, a lot of their run support today has been coming from the bottom of the order. And there's a big swing and a miss. So that's always a good sign if you're Coach Chaparelli to see the bottom of your order being very productive. Michael Campbell, Max McLaughlin, Bobby Cox was getting involved too, as well as on the top with Ryan McTire. Here's the pitch. Low, and the runner, Ryan McIntyre, is going to third. Throw down, not in time. He got a good jump, and that ball was behind the catcher, Charlie Glennon. So he slid in there safely. And now there's another runner on third for Mamaroneck as they hunt down that 6th run right now with 2 outs.
I think Ethan Renner did the same thing that Chris did, just stayed right in the box and made the catcher go around him to throw down to third, and it worked. So it slows down the catcher's throwing motion.
There's a ball high. You're right, and also it's hard for an umpire to, it's hard for another team to get angry at you if you're just staying in the box.
Yeah, that's perfectly legal. It's, you can.
I'm sure Coach Chaparelli works on that with these players. There's a ball high. Here's the pitch. Big swing and cut by Ethan Renner to end the inning. So it's 5-0 here on this Mamaroneck afternoon, turning into a Mamaroneck evening. And we'll be right back here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports, as Sasha and Nambiar are still out there. We're in the 5th inning now. Here's the pitch. I believe this is the pitcher, Jason Rodopoulos, up now for the New Rochelle Huguenots. 1-0, 2-0. It's 5-0 Mamaroneck, so if New Rochelle wants to get back in this game, they got to start scoring runs now. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Something came off. That was his other. That was
Elbow guard.
Elbow guard. 2-1. Elbow guard makes him the guard. The pitch. 3-1. If you're Jason Rodopoulos, I think you have to take this pitch. You have to get some runners on. What do you think, Cameron?
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got to just be patient, look for a good pitch to hit if they want to score some runs back. It's 5-0.
The pitch. And I was exactly right. He took that pitch, ball 4. So a runner on for New Rochelle. He was going to look at that pitch all day long. As you see, he was not going to swing. He didn't even take a stride. And now up is Mason Rosenberg, the third baseman for New Rochelle, with a runner on and Rodopoulos. The pitch. There's a line drive, base hit to left field. Bobby Cox is there to field it, but a hard hit ball, one of the first hard hit balls we've seen against Sasha Nambiar today. Cameron?
That was a really nice piece of hitting as he saw a pitch right down the middle and smacked it right into the hole.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball, right? So, maybe finally they are getting onto that breaking ball, Cameron.
And I don't know if Coach Chapp is too happy with that because I'm sure he told his catcher, Max Bone, to place it to have it placed somewhere besides right down the middle, and they made him pay for it.
As you see right there, as you say that, Max Bone and Sasha Nambiar are going to talk a little bit about him. what their approach is against the catcher Charlie Glennon, who's up now for New Rochelle. It's first and second.
It also looks like New Rochelle has been going for the higher pitches all day. So I think by throwing it kind of right belt high was a big mistake, and I think they just went over that at the mound visit.
And you saw the right there. Tried throwing a couple of pitches, even if they're out of the zone, like that one. Try to, get their eye level to that position in the high part of the batter's box. You can manipulate that in a lot of different ways if you're Sasha Nambior. The pitch is a line drive up the middle. Oh, you caught it. And it's a double play. So that takes care of business. Now 2 outs on a 9-5 putout.
That was really poor base running by New Rochelle there.
Well, Charlie Glennon hit it real hard. And, I believe the pitcher, Jason Rodopoulos, got too big of a lead. I mean, when you hit it that hard, it's really hard to judge, but you can't fall that far off from the bag. Here now is Jake Tito as he takes a strike, the first baseman for New Rochelle. So they don't have a runner in scoring position anymore. Tough break for New Rochelle.
Now, because they made that mistake, Mamaroneck now has to realize that and take advantage of it, make them pay for it.
Capitalize on it, get out of this inning. Looked like finally an opportunity for New Rochelle to score, and it was a hard hit ball too. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So, runner left on first, but that's all. It's 5-0 Mamaroneck as we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. We're back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. The pitch fouled off the catcher is Matt Marcus, the DH. The catcher who he fouled it off with was Charlie Glennon, who had that hard hit ball last inning that got caught and turned into a double play. The pitch from Jason Rodopoulos is a swing and a miss from Marcus.
That swing was a very long and kind of a very lazy kind of swing, as he didn't know really what to do with it, but he knew it was going to be a strike. But if he wants to get on base, he got to shorten up that swing and pop it right in the hole.
New Rochelle sticking with Rodopoulos even after this 5-0 lead. And there's a ball. Nobody's warming up in the bullpen for either teams, although before Drew Antonelli was getting some work in the pen. Here's the pitch from Rodopoulos. And there's a ground ball foul. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. The pitch from Rodopoulos. Marcus hits one up the middle. Base hit. Threw it down the middle, he hit it up the middle. A great piece of hitting from Marcus, and now there's a runner on first from Mamaroneck. Nobody's out.
Nice piece of hitting there by Marcus as nice sharp ground ball. As we got a pinch runner for Marcus, number 22, Sean Gassio, senior.
Sean Gassio. He is a senior. Well, now up to the plate is Max Bone, the catcher, with a runner on first. Here's the pitch. Fouled back and hits a tree like a ping pong machine.
Count 0-1. Gossio takes a nice lead off first.
There's the pitch. Ground ball foul. Ooh. Scared a little kid. Kid jumped. Sean Gossio leads off first. Max Bone at the plate. Strike 3. That was borderline, but Bone has some words for the ump as he walks back into the dugout. You know, we were talking about how those high fastballs weren't being called. I think that was one of the first high fastballs that were called in today's game.
I think Bone realized that, and he obviously did not like that call.
I think that's why, and he's the catcher, he would know. I think that's why he turned around and said some words to the home plate umpire. Runner off first. Off-speed pitch. That's strike 1.
You get only one count of McLaughlin. As Gossio leads off first.
Nice McLaughlin. Ooh, check swing, but he went around. It's 0-2. One out. Gossio off first. There's one fouled back. And there's a pickoff throw to first. The pitch is low.
It's a good take as a count 1 and 2. See, I think McLaughlin just made a couple mistakes here at bat already, where he just looked at a first pitch strike and then almost, well, the umpire called it a strike when he's half swung.
Ground ball, base hit. You're right, and right there he was being aggressive, and his left fielder bobbled it. He was being aggressive, and sometimes there's a thing as being too aggressive, but he gets his base hit right there.
He just made up for it.
I think like 3 or 4. No.
Up now is Bobby Cox. First and second, it's Gossio. At second, at first, it's Max McLaughlin. And now it's Bobby Cox. The pitch is in the dirt, but on his way to third is Gossio, and on his way to second is Max McLaughlin, as it's second and third now with only one away.
Nice heads-up base running. As there was no hesitation by Gossio at second to go over to third, and McLaughlin followed it, and
He just
now we
walked,
got 2 base runners in scoring position.
And you could end this game right now. You could put it out of reach, not end it, but you could put it out of reach. It's 5-0. They want to make it 7-0. Base hit could do that. He steps off. It's 5-0 here, Mamaroneck. This game is, if Mamaroneck wins, the 7th seed. There's a fastball high. And now, in Rochelle's bullpen, there is a pitcher warming up. What number is that, Cameron?
16.
Number 16 is warming up in the bullpen, and that is Dean Chahara. And there's a strike 2 called to Bobby Cox.
Actually, I think there's a substitution in there. Tannenbaum is hitting for Cox.
Oh, my bad. And there's a run. There's a run down, and that one's off the glove, and that's going to be a run. 6-0. He tried to throw down to the third baseman and bounced off his glove. and it's another run. So 6-0 Mamaroneck. As it was Asher Tannenbaum.
Coach Shapp just tried to set up a play there by having Tannenbaum bunt and having Gassio steal home. And obviously they just got very lucky as catcher overthrew it, and which was another mistake by New Rochelle, and again making them pay for it. It's 6-0.
Runner at third, and Tannenbaum hits one right back to the first baseman, Tito, and he'll walk over to first. So Tannenbaum is playing left field, not Bobby Cox, as he was replaced. And up now is Sachin Nambiar. Oh, no, there's going to be a pitch hitter.
It's Jack Kingsley.
Jack Kingsley. So he's going to pitch hit for Sachin Nambiar.
Yeah, Jack Kingsley's batting for Sachin Nambiar. I believe his day is over.
Kingsley plays third base. Right now he's batting in the pitcher spot. We'll see if Sachin comes back out, but probably you're right, his day is over. We'll see who replaces him. So there's a strike. It's 6-0. Mamaroneck's looking to make it 7 with the runner at third. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2 on Kingsley, as he was very aggressive on that fastball.
The pitch. Ground ball, and it's gonna be a base hit. It's 7-0 Mamaroneck. Jack Kingsley, an infield ribby single on a little chopper, and the runner from third scores. It is 7-0. Mamaroneck leads.
Nice little chopper by Jack Kingsley to score the run, as third baseman had no shot at getting either one of them.
And he was able to run it out. Up now is Michael Campbell.
I don't think so. I think there might be. I think like 10 runs in an inning. Let's go, boys. 7-0. Let's get it.
As it is now, 7-0.
And there's a strike.
As we now actually have Kyle Wildenberg, senior, subbing in for, I believe, McIntyre.
Oh, on deck.
Oh, excuse me, yes.
Oh, at the
He's
plate
number-
right now is Michael Campbell, though, right?
No, he's Kyle Wildenberg just subbed in for Campbell, so he's number 9 hitter now.
Oh. And that one gets away, and the runner, Jack Kingsley, will go to second. Kyle Wildenberg? Kyle Wildenberg. He's a senior. Plays catcher and third base. And he's subbing in for Michael Campbell right now. The pitch. Way outside, as it looks like Jason Rodopoulos is losing some control of his pitches. He's given up 7 runs in this game.
I think he's also starting to get just gassed out, as America's piled on the hits,
Yep.
scored the runs, and
Big swing and a miss by Kyle Wildenberg. And that will end the inning. So, we'll go to the next. It's 7-0 Mamaroneck here after 5 innings. We're going to the 6th. We'll be right back on LMC TV, Varsity Sports.
back on LMC TV Varsity Sports here in Manchester Field at Mamaroneck High School. Mamaroneck's leading 7-0 as there's a first pitch strike by Nambiar, who is actually still in the game, and he's pitching very well.
You know, I would think that they would take out Nambiar, but listen, he's pitching this well, just keep on rolling. He's throwing a shutout so far through 5 as we're in the top of the 6th.
You got a 1-on-1 count.
Good pitch, good pitch.
That was one of those semi-high fastballs that the umpire hasn't been calling all late, but just started to call them. But strike 2 is a 1-2 count.
He struck him out.
Strike 3, beautiful pitch right down the pipe to get him looking.
That was Ricky Ryman. And up now is Steven Santarpia. Somebody's warming up in the bullpen for the Huguenots. No, I take what I said back. I'm so sorry. It's Ricky Ryman up at the plate. And the strikeout in the last at-bat was to Jake Tito. On deck is Steven Santarpia. Ricky Ryman is the left fielder for the New Rochelle Huguenots. The Huguenots' offense has been, there's a foul tip, has been quiet today. Cameron?
Yeah, and as we said before, like pretty much throughout the game, that Sachin Amir pretty much shut him down.
Yeah.
He's pitching beautifully, and as a shutout game, and could even go for the complete game.
There's the pitch, and there's a line drive. Base hit to right field, right in front of Emmett Novick.
I think Novick was trying to look to get him out of, Troba actually set up to get him out on the single, but Novick didn't see it, and I don't think would have gotten him anyways. So he just did the right play and threw to the cutoff. Mike Campbell at second.
The pitch. Ball 1 to Steven Santarpia, as now there's a runner on first for New Rochelle and Ricky Ryman. 1 out.
Get a little bit of action in the Mamaroneck bullpen. I believe that's number 17, Willie Quinn. But I don't think Sachin's coming out of the game anytime soon.
Maybe they're just warming up people to give them some bullpen, to give them some work. Big cut.
Mamaroneck bench is giving it to him as they are just screaming.
They're winning 7-0 and they're still screaming. It's the energy that Coach Chaparelli has on his team. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. It's past the pitcher, Sachin. It'll pass the second baseman, Michael Campbell, will pass it over to first baseman, Chris Watroba.
Smart play by Campbell just to toss it over to Rochelle at first, as he had no shot at getting the double play. And Chaparelli was yelling to him from the dugout, just throw to first, and he got the easiest out.
Well, now up to the plate is Dante Palucci. And here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. And the shortstop, McIntyre, over to first baseman, Rotroba. That's 6 innings in the books. Take that back. Six innings for Sachin Nambiar. Just really good game of pitching. We'll be right back here on LMC TV. Welcome back to LMC TV Varsity Sports. We got a new pitcher in the ball game now for New Rochelle, as Jason Rudopoulos, his day is done, and they'll hand the ball over to the righty, Dean Sharia. Shahira. Dean Shahira. Here is the batter, Ryan McIntyre. Is that a pitch hitter?
Yes, another pinch hitter.
Is that Malbert?
Yes, number 14,
Albert?
Matthew Albert.
Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. 1-1. I love Malbert on this team. Here's the pitch. 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 7-0 Mamaroneck. Pitch, swing and a miss. So Malbert's down on strikes, as Is this another pitch hitter? Yes, it is. Who?
Number 8. Number 8.
Gavin
Zingini.
Is that Gavin Zingini? So Gavin Zingini, we got an at-bat right here. Here's the pitch. There's a strike.
That was a first pitch fastball right down the plate, and Gavin just looked at it as he wanted to swing but couldn't pull the trigger.
Ground ball to the second baseman. And Dante Pelusi to the first baseman, Jake Tito, for the second out. And up now at the plate is that a new batter or is that Ethan Renner?
It's a new batter, Drew Antonelli, number 24.
Drew Antonelli. Seven nothing. Here's the pitch from Dean Shahira. Ground ball, foul.
He's way out in front of that one as he just started right out of the hand and just ripped it.
The velocity on Shahira's fastball is a bit slower than Rudopoulos, but that doesn't mean he can't be as effective. As right now he's gotten 2 ground balls, 2 outs. So there's ball down in the dirt.
Got number 12, Isaac Lewis, on deck as Coach Epp really realized that it's 7-0. Went out towards some other players, give other players a shot.
There's the pitch. There's the ball.
As you know, baseball Mamaroneck is very, very competitive.
The pitch is low.
That was a very close pitch, but it was a good take by Drew as umpire called it a ball.
Upstairs, ball 4. So up now is Isaac Lewis, a junior. And he's going to be pitch hitting for Matthew Marcus. Drew will be a pitch ran for by, what number is that? Number 20, number 17, who is Willie Quinn. So Willie Quinn will pitch run for Drew Antonelli. So runner on first. As Moana's You're Welcome comes on. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Isaac Lewis.
We're kind of playing with him on that walk-up song. That's not his actual walk-up song, but
there's a line drive to center field deep, and it's gonna get down as Isaac Lewis is hitting to second and maybe more. We'll see. And the runner's coming home. Here's no play at home. What a great at bat for Isaac Lewis. You got a remix version of You're Welcome going. Wow, what a great at bat. Isaac Lewis, ribby double to the left center gap.
Give me a home run, somebody. God.
And it's now 8-0 Mamaroneck is they're now having fun, aren't they?
2 more runs, boys. Come on, 2 more runs.
Who, let's see who's at bat right now. Is this Max Bone?
No, it's number 29.
Michael
DeVito.
Mike DeVito. There's a line drive.
Right to second
right
baseman.
To second baseman. Palosino, Palucci.
Got another good inning though by Mamaroneck as Isaac Lewis hit a beaming double right in the hole actually between center field and left field right to the wall, scoring Willie Quinn all the way from first.
We'll be right back on here on LMC TV.
Back in LMC TV Varsity Sports, we are in the top of the 7th inning as Nyambiar pitches and it's a strike 1. As we got a few changes in the field, Matt Adamo's at third, Campbell moves over to short, Joe Cohn Sr. is at second, and Michael DeVito is out in left, and everything else is the same. Pitch 0-2. Both fastballs, like right down the middle.
So Coach Chaparelli is going to let is that Sasha on the mound? Yes, Sashin is going to complete this game. Last licks for Nero. There's the pitch. Ooh. If Sashin can get these 3 final outs, Mamaroneck will be the 7th seed in the playoffs, and they will get at least 1 home playoff game. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Adamo over to the first baseman. What a scoop. Oh, let's see what they'll call it. Oh, we got him. So he scooped the ball with Rochelle. It was a really good scoop. And then once he did scoop it, he lost the ball. But the umpire said that he had possession of the ball, and then he dropped it, which means he's out for the first out. Up now is, I think that's Dean Chirilli. Dean Chahira. The pitch.
A 1-on-1 count. That was a strike right down the pipe.
Or actually, this is John Rodopoulos. Check that. And Sashin is 2 outs away from a complete game. Complete game shutout. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Off-speed pitch. He just floated in there and he looked at it. Hard not to call that pitch.
That was just a little too high for the umpire's liking, so he called it a ball. That was a really nice pitch, though.
Swing and a miss.
That's
2 down.
Strike 3 as a fastball blew it right by him.
The last batter for New Rochelle is Mason Rosenberg, the third baseman for New Rochelle. Huguenots against Sasha Nambiar, who's 1 out away from a complete game shutout here in Mamaroneck. That pitch is high. How did we get here? Mamaroneck scored early in the 2nd inning. They continued to add on, and it's 8-0 now. 8-0. So there's a strike to Rosenberg. The pitch from Nambiar. Low. 2-1. Everyone's on their feet.
Give him the cheddar.
Fouled back. 2 strikes.
We're going to 2-2 count as one more strike could end it. And one more out could end it.
It's completely silent for the first time in Mamaroneck today. They're going to scream if he gets the strike right here. And he doesn't get it. It's low. Full count.
Come on, guy. Come on.
That was a nice block by Bone behind the plate.
Here's the pitch. Sasha. Strike 3. Struck him out. Sasha Nambiar. A complete game shutout for the senior on senior day. It's 8-0. They're hugging him in between the pitcher's mound and the foul line. As the whole dugout comes out, they're going to shake hands, but they are congratulating Sasha Nambiar on just a great pitching performance, Cameron.
Yeah, that was a beautiful performance by Sasha Nambiar, and really by the whole team as well. They capitalized a lot of mistakes made by New Rochelle, and they win it 8-0.
Well, the sun's coming out, and sun's also coming out of Coach Chaparelli, because Coach Chaparelli's team, the Mamaroneck Tigers, are going to have at least 1 home playoff game this year. Well, we got the post game coming up for you, interviews and all. We'll be right back here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports.
Back here in LMC TV Varsity Sports, I'm Cameron Gassmer alongside Sachin Ambiar, who pitched a complete, perfect game shutout. Sachin, how does that feel?
Feels good. We beat them on Wednesday, and these are one of our league rivals, so it was nice to take them down. It was just a nice team win right before we get into the playoffs.
Your fastball is working pretty well tonight, and breaking ball as well. How'd you realize that they couldn't hit it?
In the bullpen, I felt pretty good, and then in the first inning, everything was working for me, everything was clicking, and I realized that from last game also, that because I was watching other hitters, that they didn't do well on the fastball inside, so Coach Schaap called a lot of those, and that's where I put it.
Lastly, how do you feel going into the playoffs next weekend?
I feel great. Our pitching's really starting to take off. Isaac Lewis and Chris Petrova both throwing back-to-back great games, and Coach Schaap's got the staff going well. The hitters are starting to pick up the bats also, and our field is looking really good, so I'm excited for the playoffs.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Coach Chaparelli. Coach, the offensive outbreak, what clicked today for this team?
Well, we've been getting better. We've been hitting the ball really for the last few weeks. We've been hitting the ball really well. We haven't been playing great defense, and now our defense is getting a lot more sounder. We're making the plays. When you're clean, it's hard for you to score runs.
And what about that pitching performance today by Sachin?
He's been great all year. He's done a really good job. 3 or 4 runs all year, like 47 innings, not bad.
That's pretty good. And also, you guys now, because you won this game, you're going to have at least one home playoff game. How does that feel for this team?
Well, the first game of the playoffs is the hardest game to win. It's nice to be home, makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to be. We hope we're going to be here. The numbers look like it's going to be here. So.
Welcome back to LMC TV Varsity Sports. Well, it was a good game, Cameron. The offense was there, the pitching was there, and now they're going to get at least one home playoff game. It's really just a great game overall for Mamaroneck as New Rochelle Huguenots dropped this one 8-0.
Yeah, as you said, the pitching was great. Sachin pitched a complete shutout and looked pretty dominant throughout the whole game. Hitting was great, took advantage of a lot of mistakes New Rochelle made, and took advantage of them early, and that's what put them on top.
Well, now Mamaroneck's going to move to a 10-9 record, and we'll see you next time here on LMC TV Varsity Sports.